Although not a real interaction, this edited conversation with ChatGPT highlights a legitimate consumer concern with the potential direction of technological advancement. Already, advertising in online spaces is subject to seemingly problematic oversight. We see this clearly looking at the recent court case United States versus Google LLC, an antitrust suit brought by the United States Department of Justice against Google. This case was decided just over a month ago in April of 2025, and hearings are set to determine potential remedies. The DOJ successfully alleged that Google illegally monopolized the advertising technology space in violation of Sections 1 and 2 of the Sherman Antitrust Act. This is not the first antitrust case brought against Google. A related case, focusing on the advertising in the search engine space, was ruled in August 2024. Both of these cases ruled that Google's advertising activities were in violation of the Antitrust Act. This act, originally passed in the Gilded Age, sought to protect consumers and ensure free commerce and trade by prohibiting monopolies and monopolistic behavior. This act was originally quite successful. It was singularly responsible for the breakup of Standard Oil and Standard Oil Co. of New Jersey versus United States, ruled in 1911, which broke the payment into 34 smaller companies. While successful in 1911 against Standard Oil, and in other notable cases such as the breakup of American Tobacco Company on the same day, as well as the splitting of AT&T in 1982, it's become clear in these recent lawsuits against Google that this dated legislation may no longer be as effective. The Sherman Antitrust Act was written to address the monopolies of its age: railroad, steel, oil, or tobacco. It is ineffective in industries of algorithms, data sets, and unforeseen scale of digitized information. In our digital age, companies don't just dominate single markets. They serve ecosystems and platforms, data-rich environments where user behavior, content, and advertising are deeply intertwined. Dominating and monopolizing such a space isn't about price fixing, acquiring competitors, or unfairly using scale to negotiate contracts. Instead, it's about controlling the flow of information and attention. This brings us to AI. As AI systems, and particularly generative models, continue their trajectory to dominate the way we consume and interact with information, they position themselves in a place of strategic importance and power. If left unchecked, a small group of players could find themselves in control of not just infrastructure, but the very narratives that we consume.
A few years after the introduction of AI to consumers, AI language models have become an incredible tool. But with great power comes great responsibility. One of the core issues of AI has become an ethical concern, particularly in the realm of advertising. AI chatbots can be super convincing and helpful. This, combined with the inherent asymmetry in knowledge present within digital spaces, sets warning flags off in my head. The concern would be if an AI chatbot company like OpenAI could go private and then made a similar transition to Google in the early 2000s, where the chatbot could start selling private ad space live to the highest bidder. This idea is understandably complicated. AI as a tool walks a fine line between hurting and helping people. Just like an evolution of AI towards product recommendation could be incredibly useful, but also incredibly damaging. Imagine this: you ask ChatGPT, what do I need to fix XYZ? And how do I use these things? With product recommendation, ChatGPT could hypothetically pull up a list of 10 things you need to fix your bathroom sink, whatever it is, and teach you how to use it. This is an incredibly powerful tool. But what happens when money is the barrier of entry to these advertisements? We get chatbots saying things like, cigarettes sure are dangerous, but don't they look cool? The issue arises when we ask the question of how could chatbots both prioritize private interests in ad space and continue on their mission of human well-being. OpenAI's mission statement says their goal is to ensure general AI's benefits all of humanity. I don't think this is tenable within this type of business model. If these companies were to adapt business models like Google, where this advertising space is sold live, in order for chatbots to stay ethical, there must be some sort of regulation. What we need is some sort of concrete law before it becomes common practice. We need some sort of advertising watermark or something that can protect consumers and people, creating a safe space for these super incredibly powerful tools that still can protect people from secrecy and manipulation that's inherent within the AI space. AI is one of the most powerful emerging tools for an array of different modern problems. However, that does not mean it comes baggage-free. There are issues of environmental cost, transparency, consent, and agency that are also prevalent within the field. It should be the goal of government to protect consumer liberties within these new and emerging spaces and within these new and emerging multitude of issues. With doing so, policy could provide a shift back towards the people, ensuring digital spaces serve good for the public and not only as platforms.